Good afternoon, friends. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7, even though I was live yesterday at 7. But I thought I would jump back on now that my computer is up to date and recharged because she got to sleep all night. So I thought I would do the same live that I did yesterday, but in a more professional way instead of upside down and backwards. And it was a hot mess. And I didn't even know how to send it over to YouTube. And Bo actually asked me, he's like, "Are you going to leave it on your Facebook?" And I was like, "I don't know. I might," because it just shows that I still showed up, even though technology was not on my side. And honestly, I am a firm believer, this just in life in general, that things happen for a reason. I was supposed to come back today to do another live to say hello, and maybe somebody else needed it in their day is to see somebody craft. So who knows? But I'm a firm believer in things happen for a reason. So I am back today to do another set of cards just like we did yesterday, but we get to do different colors because I did the Berry Burst and Azure Afternoon, and then I did the Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. So now we're going to do Night of Navy and Lemon Lolly. So why not, right? Okay, let's point you over. And I know many of you guys probably are working or have other things going on in your life, and that is totally okay. The video will be here when you guys have time to view it. So here is the stamp set. It is on page 63 of your catalog, and you're actually going to get an extra 10% off. So right here is the item number for the bundle, and it's already 10% off. So you're getting it for an extra 10% off as well. So it is for the entire month of June. It's 10% all bundles in this catalog. So there's that, and here is the flyer that I showed you guys yesterday, but it is not backwards and upside down and all of that fun jazz. So there's that, and then here is the stamp set. I am going to be playing with this for tomorrow's Facebook Live as well. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get it together today. I have a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock, so if I have time to do a little bit, I will. If not, I will do it tomorrow after I get off work. So this is the stamp set and the dies. Let me bring in what we did yesterday. So these were my original idea, my original cards that I created. I did Berry Burst and Azure Afternoon. So I just alternated the card bases and the ink on the paper. And then yesterday for last night's live, I did Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather the same exact way. I just literally thought they were so pretty, and why stop at making 8? Let's make 4 more. So the next 4 we're going to be doing is Night of Navy and Lemon Lolly. Even though Lemon Lolly is kind of hard to see on camera, that is what it is. Okay, let's get these out of the way. And I brought in a scratch piece of paper because we're going to do a little bit on the scratch paper first. So here is, I think it's 4 by 5 1/4, but honestly, I'm just using it to demonstrate something. So I'm going to open up my Night of Navy ink, and I'm going to grab my largest, I don't know what it's called, but we're just going to grab the largest circle, I don't know, whatever it is. So this is how I showed you guys how to do it yesterday. So we are going to stamp, and then you're going to pick up and rotate. So you're using it one time, you're only inking it up one time, but you're stamping it twice. So this is called the second generation. So I did the first generation, was the first Night of Navy, and then I picked it up and stamped it again, and that's called the second generation. So if you ever get some of my tutorials for my classes to go or something, and it says second generation, that's what that means. You're going to stamp off once and then stamp again. But then I got thinking, why don't we try to do something a little bit different with this set? So we're going to stamp it in the Night of Navy. You are definitely going to want to clean this off really, really good because we are going from dark to light. So you want to make sure your stamp is super clean. Now, I'm going to show you doing this one at a time, but we're going to stamp all the Night and Navy first and then go in with the Lemon Lolly, and it won't be as dramatic or traumatic because we're not going to accidentally mess up. So now I'm going to stamp the Lemon Lolly on the inside, and I think that's what we're going to do on this set of cards. So we didn't do the second generation version like this, like we did yesterday. So yesterday we did the full strength and then stamped again. This one we are going to kind of alternate it a little bit to have a little bit more of the Lemon Lolly showing on these cards. This was my first example. That's what made me decide, literally like 5 minutes ago is when I decided to do that. So let's bring in your Night and Navy again. I have my my regular basic white cardstock, and we are just going to ink this up all over. So ink, we're going to re-ink this every single time because actually, let's just go in kind of a line. Let's see how that looks. Well, it's kind of a straight line. Not really a straight line, but it's okay. We're going to try it. You don't know until you try. So I'm just stamping the Night and Navy, and then I'm going to clean my stamp really, really well, and I'm going to come in with the Lemon Lolly. I literally have ink all over me now, but that's okay. It means I am crafting. When you have ink everywhere, that's a good sign. I'm going to come in here and just do this itty bitty edge right there. Okay, that is clean. I'm going to scooch that to the over just because I don't want to accidentally stamp that in the wrong color. I have my cleaning pad off to the side, so that's why I keep going off camera for a second, but I really wanted to make sure that is nice and clean. Good evening, or good afternoon, Darlene. I'm used to saying evening. Okay, so now I'm going to ink up in the Lemon Lolly, and I'm going to come in and do the inside pieces. I actually do love Night and Navy and yellow together. I don't know why, but I love wearing it too. I think it's so classy. Even if we're not super classy, at least we look classy. So this is just another way to use the same sets. And I will show you another way to use this set for tomorrow's live. And I think I'm just going to start rebooting my computer or turning my computer off at night. I think kind of just like us, if we don't get sleep, we are zombies and we don't work. And that's exactly what happened to my computer. Just making sure I get it lined up right. Almost done, and then we just have to do our little sparkles in the center to fill in any of the white spaces. So has anybody ordered yet to get the extra 10% off the bundles? Oh, and I did forget to say the embossing machines are 10% off also. So that is super exciting. So if you don't have one, or if you need a new one, this is definitely the best time to get it. And I've actually never seen them go on sale. So it is definitely worth it. Okay, this one is, there it is. Okay, so that is all of the Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to bring in And I'm going to do both colors as well. So I'm going to come in and do a few of the Lemon Lolly, which I think this is really hard to see this color on the camera. It might not show up as pretty as it really is. The Night of Navy shows up beautifully. So I'm going to randomly stamp, but not as much as I did last time because I want to fill in the pieces with the Night of Navy as well. So I'm going to close that up. Now, technically, because we went from light to dark, we don't have to clean our stamp. But I always say just play on the air of caution and just do it. Because if you accidentally mess up, then you're going to be a little irritated. And we don't want any irritation when we're crafting. So I'm just coming in and filling in. I really could just sit and make these all day long, honestly. And remember, some of the edges we're not going to use, so it's okay if you're not getting every single part of it. Okay, I think that looks pretty good as I stamp 12 more times, but that's okay. Okay, I think that's good. Now let's chop this up. Oh, geez, that was cute. At least nothing fell or nothing broke. I pulled my trimmer and I didn't realize it was attached to my cord. So my first cut is going to be at 4 inches. And scoot this over and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches again. And now I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4. And I'm going to cut this one at 5 1/4. And do the same thing with this one. So now we have 4 card bases, or card fronts. And I don't know if I pull it forward a little bit, you can see more of the Lemon Lolly, but it is really pretty together. Okay, I'm going to push those to the side for a second, and let's pull in our 4 pieces. And these guys are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Yep. And I'm going to stamp with the Night of Navy. And this is the smaller wheel. I don't really know what it's called. If you know what this is called, let me know. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to clean this off really, really good. Make sure I get all of that Night of Navy out of the little crevices and cracks. Bring in the Lemon Lolly. I know it's kind of hard to see when you have all of the stamp on my grid paper, but I promise I'll get rid of the grid paper in a second. Oops. And the last one. There we go. And since I didn't clean this one off, I am going to use the Night of Navy first. And I'm just going to sprinkle a few Night of Navy on here. And then I'm going to go in, clean it off, and do the Lemon Lolly. Okay, clean that off. But before I put this away, let's stamp our sentiments. And I love this, how big the sentiments are on this set. They're obviously not huge, but I like the size of them. Okay, there we go. Now, I probably am going to have to take my scrubber inside and clean it with some soap and water because it has a lot of dark image or stamps ink on it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do were the inside pieces. I'm going to have to do that really quick. And I think I'll do the Night of Navy on all of them. Okay, so there's that. I can, oh, I probably can't get rid of the grid paper yet because we already cut the cardstock and some of the little circles are hanging over the edge, so I don't want to mess up my workstation. Okay, so those are all done. Let's bring these in really quick. Yeah, see that little guy was hanging off. Okay, there's that one. It is definitely getting warm outside. It is terrible to say that I think summer is finally here. It is hotter than bejeebies, and it's just going to get hotter. Okay, now we're all done. Close this up. Get rid of the grid paper so you guys can see the final product. So pretty and different, and oh, just puts a smile on your face, honestly. I think it does anyways. It puts a smile on my face. Hopefully it does you too. So we're just going to put some some adhesive on the back of your basic whites. And I'm just attaching them to the alternating colors of cardstock. And the cardstock, I did put the measurements in before I went live, but the design or the basic white is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So the solid pieces are 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. All four of these are the same size. And I think I might need to put a needle in the tip of my glue gun or my glue because it is not wanting to come out right. Let's scoot these over a little bit so I can fold and varnish. Thank you, Darlene. I know we might not have many viewers, which is totally fine. I know everybody might be working or having lunch or taking a nap. And if you're taking a nap, I am so jealous because I really wanted to when I got home, but I couldn't. And I have to be up at 3 o'clock again for work tomorrow. So if I take a nap today, I'll be up all night. And then I'll be a mess tomorrow. And I'd rather have a full day in my studio tomorrow. So there's on the Lemon Lolly. Doing both Lemon Lollies, and then I'll do the 2 Night in Navy. Make sure I put it on the right side of the card and not upside down. You wish you were napping? I do too. If you're taking a nap, Don't say anything, or don't say that, oh, I just woke up from a nap. It was amazing. Because Darlene and I won't be your friends because we really want naps. So one nice thing about having the grandbaby come over is I can sit on the couch and hold them and fall asleep with them. Oh, it's just the best feeling. Anytime I get a baby in my arms, I'm sleeping. Let's see, we're going to have to use some edges. And you can cut these with your scissors if you want. I find it's just as easy to tear them. My upline always snips them so they're nice and perfect and straight. And I'm like, yeah, just use your fingernail. Perfect. See, that was so much faster than using your paper snips. And I broke my fingernail and it's not quite long enough to get the dimensionals up yet. Close. Okay, so let's do this one on, let's do Night and Navy on Night and Navy. Stop using that fingernail because it's not working. There's this one. There we go. And I actually think doing them, the stamping kind of diagonal worked really well. I didn't feel like I had as many blank spots, even though it wasn't super tragic the other way I did it. But I think if I did do this again, see, third time's a charm, I would do the diagonal. There we go. There are all of our cards. I don't know which color is my favorite. So this is Night and Navy and Lemon Lolly. This one is Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And this one, let's see, can I scooch these up a little bit more? Is Azure Afternoon and Berry Burst. Or Pink and Blue, like Vicki says. So there you go. Hopefully you guys liked. I usually don't do this many cards for a Facebook Live, but when technology doesn't work for you, you do. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will post this on YouTube now. I didn't post yesterday's, so you can always go back, and I just started to add the date in before I go live. So if you like what I'm doing and you want to jot down the dates, definitely do that so you can go back and find it. And if you liked it this much, please feel free to share my video with your crafting friends. Remember, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If you need any help ordering of this product, I will definitely be here if you need anything. And you get an extra 10% off this month. So it's a win-win. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see everybody tomorrow at 7 for another live. Bye-bye.